Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa, and today we're going to be working on a somewhat, I would call, Christmas project. Now you think of Christmas, it's quite a ways away, but it'll be before you know it. So, yeah, so I'm going to decide to work on it. And the reason I decided to work on this is because I was going through my old craft closet and I ran across this, which is piles of Christmas pads of paper. They are from Recollections, which is Michael's. And best I can tell, it looks like there's a barcode or something up here that says 2011, and that seems about right for when I probably bought it. So these are 14 years old, quite a bit. So there are just some fun papers that I found. There are lots of grunginess. Some of them got some shine to them. But I was like, oh, this is so exciting. So what can I do with this? So I found this one. Not that you're going to find it anywhere. It's called Naughty or Nice. And then I found this one, kind of the same thing. This is a little less grungy, and it's called Believe. And again, it's got that, some of those have the sparkles on it, etc. And then the third one I found was called Sugar Plums. This is a little bit more earthy. There are some glitters on here, a little less grungy, but fun. So what I've decided to do is make some gift card holders. So let me get this out of the way for just a second, and I'll show you the gift card holder. So here is the first one I made, and the reason I decided to show them now is because if you want to make gift card holders for Christmas gifts, you kind of got to start now. And I know I give a lot of gift cards for Christmas just because, you know, what people want, who knows. So you give them restaurant gift cards, gas gift cards, stuff like that. Yeah, so this has a strip of paper on here. It's like a belly band that's going on there. It's got a little, oh, what you want to call it, like embellishment on there. And then it flips open, and boom, there's a gift card. I actually used my ARP card because I couldn't find a gift card. But yeah, that's gift card size. So yeah, pop up gift card. Now I did see this on, I think it was a Facebook post from the Vintage Journal. So not my totally original idea, but I thought it was very cute. So I decided to make some, and I did not decorate the back, but it is on single-sided paper. You can kind of see they're single-sided because there is white around it, but I think that's still okay. Double-sided paper would work for sure, I'm thinking. But this would make a great little Christmas gift that you don't even have to, if you're giving, like I said, if you're giving a gift card instead of just sticking in a card. There is a wrapped present, nice and sturdy and heavy. So let me show you how easy this is to make. All right, we're going to start with selecting 2 pieces of paper that coordinate. And as I was going through this, I really liked, and I'm probably not going to find it now. Oh, there it is. This one. And I probably should save it for less Christmassy. Find something that's more Christmassy, because that I can definitely use. Alright, this one is definitely Christmassy with the wreaths. Oh, it just has a line on there to cut. It's not perforated. Okay, I'll have to cut it. Alright, so we're going to want to find 2 of them that go together. If they were... Candy canes are fun. Let's do candy canes. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so you want to find 2 of them that coordinate together. And the first one that is going to be the main base of it is going to be 10 inches by 4 1/4. So we are going to cut I think I'll have that the main base. Nope, I'm going to have the candy canes in the base. Indecision. Okay, so it is going to be going folding up and down. So we want to make sure that the strip goes this way. So we are going to first cut off this branding, non-branding strip. Get rid of that. And we are going to cut it at 4 1/2 inches And I think I need to put this out. That's 4, and there's a half, yeah. It's in a really weird spot, but I think we'll be okay. I think if it's close, it's okay too. But 4 1/2. All right, and then the second way, it needs to be 10, and since this is 12, I'm not gonna assume that it's 12. I'm gonna, whoops, that's way too high. I'm gonna cut it off at 10. Okay. Now, for the pieces that go in here, like the insets, where I have that, these need to be a 1/4 inch smaller. So since this is 4 1/4, I will need a 4-inch strip for this. And I don't think this really matters necessarily which way it goes. So I'm gonna cut a 4-inch strip going this way. Okay, we're gonna do the scoreboard first and do the folds. Okay, so this is, oh, this is 4 1/2. I meant to do 4 1/4. I need to cut this down. I was saying it looks a little wide. All right. Okay, so 4 1/4 by 10. And is this 4? That is 4. Okay. And that's gonna fit on there. This red one's really, this candy cane is really not gonna be seen too much, but I'll be able to show part of it. Okay, so this part we are going to score at 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches, and 8 inches. Now the 3-inch one is going to be the bottom that folds up. So if you've got a direction, we're going to do that way. All right, so 3 inches is right here, and 4 inches, and 5 inches. So simple, 3, 4, 5. And then the last one is 8. Now I do have 8 over here, but it's in a really awkward spot. So since this is 10, I'm going to flip it over and do 2. Because 2 minus 8 is 10. So it would be 3, 4, 5, and 8. Okay? I'm going to get my good bone folder out. And we are going to fold this up. And these are going to go, this part that's in here between the 4 and 5 is going to get folded up like a mountain. That's the part that's going to hold the gift card. And then this is going to go here. All right, so this is there it is. Got the top, and you've got that and that. Now we are going to glue the inside of this together. We are going to glue up the side and what would be considered the bottom of the valley. Now the valley, top of the mountain, bottom of the mountain, we're going to glue that. I'm going to hold this for a second because it's kind of glittery. I have a feeling it's going to take a second to hold together. But basically we're going to make sure that this is glued together, because this is going to be what holds the gift card. Now after it's glued together, we are going to trim this top part off here to do the opening. So that's why the 2 sides are glued, and then this bottom part is glued. But this is going to end up reopening to hold the gift card. But I'm not going to cut it just yet because this glue needs a second to really kind of grab on, especially since it's glitter. Okay, so technically if you wanted to keep the inside white, you could definitely do that, trim it, and there you go. You can make it fancy by rounding these flap edges like that, and make the band. But we want to decorate and have some fun, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Let me put this glue back on before, because I got to cut a bunch. Get that out of the way. Okay, so we have the 4-inch wide here. So the first one we're going to do for this upper flap was the 3-inch. So we are going to cut a 1/4 inch shy of 3. So we are going to do 2 3/4. So that one is going to go on here. Now if you want to make it a little bit smaller to show more of the back, you can do that. I'm going to round the top part. Because that part is rounded to mirror that, and we can glue that on for that. So that is the first one. Now we'll need an inside one, so we're going to do another 3-inch, or sorry, 1/4 inch shy of 3, so 2 3/4. And that one's going to go there. So we can go ahead and do the rounds on there. Okay, for this top one, this was 2 inches, so we need to do a 1/4 inch shy of 2. So instead of 2, it's going to be 1 inch and 3/4. And since we have 2 parts of that, we've got this side and this side. We're going to cut another one of those at 1 3/4 inches. Now, if this was double-sided paper, you could easily, like I said, skip that part. You could skip the front part and just decorate the center if you wanted to keep the flap like that. All right, so the last one here is this inside back piece, which is also 3 inches. So we need, this last piece needs to be 2 3/4. So I guess we could have cut 2 3/4 3 times instead of twice. So it leaves just the tiniest little piece. All right, so let's go ahead and glue these in. This one I'm not going to round the corners because it is in the center. And we're going to do our best to center that. Okay, and this one has the rounded edges, so we're going to go ahead and glue this one down. Again, doing our best to just center it. Now, if you wanted to ink this inside before you did it, pretty color to match, some red, that would be a good time to go ahead and pre-ink them. And I am not sure. I do have my lumberjack plaid here. Here, let's use this. So you could go ahead and that was some juicy stuff. And since it's juicy, I'm going to go through and ink the rest of this, because I got a lot of ink on this. All right, I think one more side here, and I think I got it all. Okay, unplanned, but there we go. Okay, so this last piece is for this one, and it's going to go that way. Oops. Now these are Christmas gift cards, but by all means, if you want to make gift cards for, you know, birthdays or something and use different paper, that is a great idea. It really could be for any occasion. Just choose different papers or anything, you know, a wedding gift or something. Okay, so there's that, and there we go. So this one, we're gonna, yeah, those two. We're gonna round the top of this one and glue it down. So I think the hardest part is probably just remembering where each piece goes. All right, and like I said, if we wanted to do the front, we could. If we want to just leave it plain, we could do it that way. But I think I'm going to go ahead and, for consistency, I'm going to round that one and add it. Okay, so the final bit is the flap that's on the inside to hold the gift card. We need to cut these, and this is approximately 1 inch tall, so we need to have a 3/4 inch. So when you cut off the 2-inch piece from the 12-inch piece, we can cut 2 that are 1/4 inch from this to put in the center. All right, probably the hardest part of this to do, besides remembering where to put stuff, is to do 3/4 of an inch. I probably did not pick the best paper to do this print, since most of it's getting cut off. And not seeing, I have a little divot on my, I got to sharpen my cutter. There's a little piece that gets stuck. Okay, so that is extra. So for the 3/4 and 3/4, oh, we got to cut them down. This was still the 4.5, so I forgot about that. So we need to make it this is 4 1/4, right? Yeah, 4 1/4. So we need to make it 4 inches. There we go. That's better. All right, so 4 inches now to cover that flap. And before I glue it, I'm going to cut it. So we are just going to, as easily as possible, we are just going to trim just the, you can really see it now, right? Just the tippy tip off. And now we've got an opening. And I'm going to find my little red, since I cut a lot of it off. Put that on there. All right. Not that it matters totally, but candy canes facing upward, facing that way, and candy canes facing upward. Okay, so there it is in all its glory. Maybe I'll open it up and pop in the gift card. I'll take my ARP card out of here. There we go. So, boom, 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 gift card, boom, 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 gift card. All right, so for the band, let us do the band. Now this is going to be too small, but we need a band to go around here. I have this one, and it's the one I put on the original. This was from the original one, and it was nice because it had, like, it was pre-cut or pre-lined to do a perfect little border. So that is an option. I have like this one that's got like a border, but they're kind of the wrong direction, going sideways. But there are stripes and snowflakes. So you can find something like that. Or if you just want to do something, you know, that's generic, that would work too. So this needs to be, what was that, about 4 inches. So it needs to be at least, I'd say 8.5 long. And this is 8.25. So we're going to give it a shot and see if this will work. So I'm just going to cut a strip off that's approximately 1 inch thick. And we're going to see if this one works. So you just want to find something that's coordinating. And we're just going to fold it over. And there's plenty. Actually, it didn't even need to be that long. It probably could have been more like, you know, 6 inches. No. Take about 1 inch off. So the least it should be is probably 7 inches. But having a little extra is not that bad to wrap it around. So you want to wrap it around and not put it too tight because you want it to be able to slide on and off. So it's imperative that you kind of fold it and give it a little bit of breathing room. All right, so we're going to glue it down. I'm going to trim this first because there is too much on here. And I think I'm going to put that side on top. It's a little brighter. That part is a little bit of grunge. I probably should have cut the grunge side off, but all right. So we are going to glue it, and I'm going to put some glue. Ooh, that's a lot of glue. On that edge down there, and then on this edge here, so we know that it will catch both edges. And we're going to line it up. And again, make sure it's not pulled too tight. Yep, there we go. First time I did it, I folded it way too tight and it didn't slide very well. All right, so the next thing you need to do is just to add some sort of cover to do that. So if you wanted to take, like say something, you know, on its own, oh, that's not a circle, and do a 1 inch circle and add, okay, that just fell on the floor. We're just gonna punch another one. Put a circle on there and make it simple. Or if you've got little die cuts, I have this that says Season's Greetings, kind of like this one. It says North Pole License, Baking Squad. Can do that. So I think I'm going to put this one on there because I like the fact that it's got some trees on here, kind of like the mistletoe. And we're just going to glue it to cover. I think I'm going to flip this around. I think it's going to be I like that a little bit better than up high. So we're going to go ahead and glue that on. Just going to put a little glue down the center. And try to keep the house straight. There we go. So that is how you make a pop-up gift card holder for Christmas or for any holiday. Remember, 10 inches by 4 1/4. That's how wide it was. And then you're going to cut for your, oh, and I didn't do the back. I didn't think it was necessary to cover it. For your inside covering pieces, you're going to cut a piece that is 4 inches wide. You can keep the 12. And then you're going to go ahead and score it at 3, and then 4 and 5 to make that. And then again at 8. Fold it in so you got the mountain in there. And after you did that, you're going to go ahead and cut it open decorations, these are the 4-inch pieces. You're going to cut them a 1/4 inch short of what it is. So since these were flaps were 3 inches, we're going to cut 2 3/4, 2 3/4, and 1/3 for 2 3/4. And then for the top flap, you're going to cut, this is 2 inches, so you're going to cut 1 3/4 inches twice. And then from the piece that was cut from your 10-inch main piece, you've got a piece here that you're going to cut 2 pieces down to 4 inches wide and cut those to 1 inch or just to 3/4 for that. Slidey tab, slidey piece. 8 inches will work, but if you've got 7, that'll work also. Fold it over, add a little thing on there, and you've got some beautiful gift card holders. I love it. Very fun. Pop. Very fun. I originally was thinking about doing them with a like one of those circles to have it tuck in, but this paper is too thick and it really wouldn't bend very well. These bands just work so much better, and plus they make it look more like a present with like a wrapping paper on there. So if you wanted to put a pretty bow on there, that could work also. Instead of a circle or things, put a fabric bow on there. That could work. Okay, well, that is going to be it for today. Again, I found this on the Vintage Journal. I believe it was a Facebook page. I'm not sure if she has got a YouTube or anything like that, but that's where I saw this original idea, and I thought it was a great idea, and I wanted to share. And like I said, Christmas is closer than you think. So in my mind, I'm going to try to figure out how many gift cards I might give out, and then just go ahead and make a whole bunch of these because I have options. Okay, thanks so much for stopping by. Don't forget to like the video if you thought that was a great idea. Let me know if you think you make some. Okay, that's going to be it for me today. As usual, I hope you all have a wonderful and creative day. Bye for now.